All right, so you really want to get into the nitty-gritty of that West Ham-Fulham match, huh? Not just, what the score was, but like what actually
Yeah,
happened.
you want the why behind the final scoreline, right? Not
Uh,
just the what.
exactly.
Yeah.
And let me tell you this one. It's got it all.
Oh, yeah. This one's a roller coaster.
2 goals. They were basically gifts thanks to some blunders,
Mm.
some serious woodwork drama,
Uh,
and a comeback that almost happened but, didn't.
Fulham came into this match on a roll too, right? They were on a really impressive run, especially away from home.
Yeah, they were definitely the underdogs in this one.
Yeah, they'd only lost to like the Manchester Giants,
Yeah.
City and United before this match.
I mean, and even watching the first few minutes, you're thinking, whoa, Fulham is here to play.
Oh, yeah. They came out swinging. They were all over West Ham, controlling the ball, creating some really good chances early on. Remember that volley from Wilson? I think it was like the 6th minute.
Yeah.
Iwobi sets him up perfectly with this cross, and Wilson just unloads this volley that smashes the crossbar.
So close.
I know. It could have been a totally different game if that goes in.
Talk about a what-if moment, right?
Exactly. A what-if moment, for sure. And then things get even more interesting. West Ham has a goal disallowed. And it's like someone flipped a switch.
Yeah, what was the deal with that disallowed goal anyway?
All right, so Kilman, West Ham center back, heads the ball in off a free kick from Soler. And for a second, everyone thinks, okay, that's the first goal. But then the linesman raises his flag for offside. It was close, though. Really close. I mean, if you're a West Ham fan, you're probably screaming at the TV. But the thing is, whether it was the right call or not, it really seemed to give West Ham this boost of energy. Like, they were fired up after that.
Yeah.
And maybe Fulham got a little frustrated, you know?
Yeah, I mean, and then boom, West Ham scores 2 goals back-to-back. And I'm sitting there thinking, how did that just happen? They hadn't even had a shot on target until then.
Total efficiency.
Right.
They saw their moments and they took them. The first goal, honestly, Fulham kind of shot themselves in the foot. They like to play out from the back, which can be risky.
Right.
West Ham knew that. They pressed high, forced an error, and Soler just pounced on that loose ball like a hawk.
And then just 2 minutes later.
Bang, another one. This time, it's a lightning-fast counterattack. Wan-Bissaka starts it off, tears down the field, and then it's Souček with the finish.
So imagine being a Fulham fan at halftime, down by 2 goals. But they did hit the woodwork twice. What's going through their minds?
Oh, man. Talk about a mix of emotions. I think it's going to be a lot of frustration. Like, we were so close, but also maybe a glimmer of hope. They weren't completely outplayed. They had their chances, just couldn't quite convert them. Jimenez hitting the post right before the half ended kind of sums it up perfectly. So close.
And then the second half starts. And it was a total back-and-forth battle, right?
Oh, yeah.
Iwobi, remember him? That Fulham winger we talked about before?
Yeah.
He sends it across, and somehow it ends up in the back of the net.
It was one of those moments where you just got to laugh. I mean,
Right.
What else can you do? It was like fate stepped in and said, all right, Fulham, here's a goal. And it definitely got them back in the game. But then another defensive mistake. This time it's Paquetá for West Ham who capitalizes on it.
You got to give credit to Iwobi, though. He had a monster game for Fulham, involved in both of their goals.
Absolutely. He was a constant threat down that wing, scored one, assisted the other. It makes you wonder, though, did West Ham underestimate him? Did they not account for his playmaking ability?
Yeah, that's a good question. But even when they were down, Fulham never gave up. They kept fighting.
That's Fulham for you. Resilient. That second goal came from another great play from Iwobi, another cross, and they finished it off beautifully.
And then it happened. Remember Traoré?
Oh, yeah.
Late in the game, practically on the goal line. Chance to tie it up, and he misses.
Football can be so cruel sometimes. It all comes down to those tiny moments. A single missed chance can change the entire outcome. It shows you how important every single play is, even at the highest level.
So the final whistle blows. West Ham wins, and Fulham's unbeaten run is over. What does this mean for both teams going forward?
Well, for Fulham, it's a setback, for sure. They're trying to secure a spot in European competition next season, and every point matters. This loss hurts, but they've shown they can compete with the best.
Right.
For West Ham, it's a huge win. They're climbing up the table, and these are the kinds of wins that build momentum.
It was a tale of 2 halves, for sure. Fulham came out strong, but West Ham was just more clinical in front of goal. And those defensive errors for Fulham, they really made the difference in the end.
It makes you think, though, right? What if those missed chances had gone in? What if Fulham had been a little tighter at the back? It's those what-ifs that keep you coming back for more in football. You just never know what's going to happen.
And that's what makes it so exciting.
Yeah, I got it.
Exactly. Well, folks, that's our deep dive into that wild West Ham-Fulham match. We'll be back next time with another breakdown of, well, who knows?
That's the beauty of it. You never know what we'll be diving into next.
Until then, keep those what-ifs coming. And we'll see you on the next deep dive.
See ya.